Welcome back to Alabama Live. Poverty remains a major problem for counties across the state, especially in West Alabama. So next month, we're working to connect people with resources that can help. Lydia Chapman is with the Black Belt Community Foundation, who is partnering with us for our second annual Day of Action that will happen in a few weeks in Selma. Let's explain what this Day of Action is, Lydia. It was really born out of our special series to combat poverty, but it must have done a lot of good if we're doing it again for a second year.
Absolutely. So thank you all, first of all, for introducing. I don't know who on the WSFA team came up with the idea, but we are excited to host the second annual WSFA Day of Action here in Selma. Last year, we had over 450 folks participate in the event. It was held at Selma High. People walked away with everything from jobs literally on the spot. People were conducting interviews to information about home ownership. And so we have some brand new homeowners as a result of the opportunities that were shared in last year's event. So we're excited to do it again in 2025.
Well, I'm going to give the credit to our news director, Desmond Wingard. I don't know for sure, but I feel like this was his doing and all of his pulling it together. That is a great recap of last year. What will we see this year? What kind of organizations, what help will we find this year?
Well, we are excited to say that we are growing. The location for this year is WCCS, so Wallace Community College Selma, located at 3000 Earl Goodwin Parkway here in our historic city. And so we are excited that it has grown beyond the gymnasium at Selma High. And so we'll have some mini workshops. We'll talk real deal for folks who are looking for jobs and careers with organizations like Alabama Power. We'll have representatives from financial literacy and post-secondary education and scholarship programs on the grounds of Wallace. We'll also have information on recycling and mental health and all sorts of other great initiatives. Alabama Department of Education and the Alabama Department of Public Health will be all over the place. So we're excited to have a representation of almost any facet of life. The goal is for us to be able to connect people to the resources that they need in order for us to live better as neighbors.
Yeah, Lydia, we know that poverty is a real issue across the state of Alabama, but particularly in West Alabama. You work day in and day out. You see it every day in the Selma and the Dallas County area. Put it into perspective for us why this is the right location for an event like this. What's happening in that Selma, Dallas County area that needs something like this?
So why Wallace is the ideal location is because it does give us not just the opportunity for for us to spread out a little bit, right? And to have even more vendors accessible. We had 88 vendors show up last year, so we're looking forward to having even more this year. And to do those mini workshops, those like 15-minute workshops, that campus also will allow us to have food trucks on hand. So if you're using your lunch break to stop on by between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. on Friday, February 7th, then if your lunch break is just 30 minutes, then you can come in and get information and grab a bite to eat before heading back to work. So we want to make sure that we created a real one-stop shop. And we're not excluding our high school students. We're working alongside the Selma City Schools and Dallas County Public Schools to bus those students in. So there will at least be high school seniors who are coming in to take advantage of all of the post-secondary and scholarship information that's available.
In the work you do, Lydia, with the Community Black Belt Foundation there in that area, what do you see as the biggest need?
Wow. I think one of the things that we're doing with Day of Action is actually the biggest need. Putting the information where people can actually have access to it. All too often, what we run into, and not just at the Black Belt Community Foundation, but at the Selma Center for Nonviolence, we run into people who want the or need the help and just don't know how to navigate the systems that are set up to assist folks in improving quality of life. And that is regardless of their income, whether they are unemployed, underemployed, or very well employed. There are processes, right, and systems that are set up, and folks need help with navigating that. And so the Day of Action really helps the community in that way, because we're putting so many resources all in one space and having folks, like this aisle is all of our educational information. This is financial literacy and home ownership, right? Having people be able to access up close and personal and put a face to the name of the organization is so, so very important.
Yeah, knowledge is power, right? Information is key. So that's what we're trying to do here.
Absolutely.
This will be February 7th. That's a Friday, 9 o'clock in the morning until 1 o'clock in the afternoon at the Wallace Community College Gymnasium. Lydia, thank you so much for being such a great partner with us in this adventure.
Thank you.